Hey, what's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? I want to talk to you about a phone call that I received after I posted the video about what I would like to see on a new style Honda Goldwing. So basically, shortly after I posted that video, I received a phone call about my comments. So stay tuned to this video. I'm gonna talk about my comments and about the phone call that I received after I posted that video. So let's get started. So thank you guys for joining. I'm your host, Caliente, and I'm doing it from the cockpit today. Good day for a ride. It will be getting dark soon. It's actually real nice out. So I decided to talk to you guys from the cockpit. So before we get started, I want to give a shout out to some of you that actually support the channel and watches my video on a regular basis. I want to give a shout out to Twist, Farley Anderson. Twist, Farley Anderson. Actually, Twist is the father of one of my viewer named Skills. Shouts out to Skills. Skills said his dad watches my videos every day. He's 77 years old, so shouts out to Twist, Farley Anderson. I appreciate you. Thank you. Now, let's talk about this phone call that I received concerning what I would like to see on a new style Honda Goldwing. If you guys missed that video, you can click on the link in the top corner. Well, in that video, I said that I would like to see a wider Honda Goldwing. I would like to see bigger fairings. But one of the things that I said is that I would like to see a bigger fuel tank. Well, I didn't think nothing of it. But after I posted my video, I had a friend of mine that actually called me. And he said, Chris, I was talking to some of my other friends, and I agree with everything you said in that video. Wholeheartedly, I agree with everything you said. He said, but why do you say that the Honda Goldwing needs a bigger fuel tank? We both agreed that once you ride a couple hundred miles, that a rider needs to get off the bike and stretch their legs. We both agreed that the new style Honda Goldwing has less fuel than the previous generation Honda Goldwing, and they pretty much go the same distance. So we both agreed on that. The new style Honda Goldwing has a 5.5 gallon fuel tank. The previous generation Honda Goldwing has a 6.6 gallon gas tank, and you pretty much have to get fuel at the same time when you're taking a trip. But he asked me, if that is the case and the rider needs to get off the bike anyway, then why would you need a bigger fuel tank? Well, I'm glad you asked. And this actually makes for a very good conversation piece. I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to suggestions. So Why did I make that comment that I would like to see a bigger fuel tank on the newer style Honda Goldwing? Well, when I made that comment, I was actually thinking about riders that pull trailers.
Hey Chris, how you doing over there? Just wanted to let you know I picked up my trailer today, and wanted to thank you for all your advice and hooking me up with the contact for getting that rubber seal. Here you can have a look. I just picked it up in Santa Barbara and rode out. It's raining out here right now, but it's looking good, man, and it's really tracking really well. This is my wing radiator. It's a 2008 airbag model, and there you see the trailer behind. Man, I'm very happy. I'm glad I listened to you there when you said that this was a really good deal. So thanks, man. See you sometime when you're out here in California. Be safe.
But when you think about it, there are a lot of riders that pull trailers. And when you pull trailers on your motorcycle, you actually consume a little bit more fuel than if you don't pull a trailer. Not a lot, but a little bit, but it adds up. So if you're a rider and you're traveling, you're not pulling a trailer, it's all good. I mean, you can only put so much in your saddlebags and on the trunk and on your back seat. But when you pull a trailer, you can pretty much carry a lot more with you. So depending on the weight of your trailer, the weight of your cargo will determine how much more extra fuel you actually burn for having the convenience of taking your things with you when you ride your motorcycle. So when I made that comment, I was thinking of riders that pull trailers that consume a little bit more fuel. Now, it's true that if you pull a trailer, you could actually put additional fuel in your trailer, or you can even put additional fuel in your saddlebag if you don't pull a trailer. But think about this. What happens when a rider rides 200 miles or so, and now it's time to get off your bike, you're traveling, you pull into your gas station and the pumps are not working? It could happen. There may be a situation where the power is out. It could be a lightning strike. A car could have struck a pole and knocked out the power. Or maybe the fuel transport truck driver, maybe he didn't make his delivery. Maybe he got tied up in traffic, or maybe he had an accident. And what if the gas station didn't receive their fuel that day? Now what? A lot of times when I make comments, I'm actually thinking outside of the box. Yes, in a normal situation, you ride a couple hundred miles, you get off the bike, you stretch your leg, you put fuel in your motorcycle. But what if you're traveling where gas stations are far and few in between? If you look at the United States as a whole, if you look at the whole United States, there are more people that live on the eastern side of the United States than the western side of the United States. But why is that important if more people live on the east than the west? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you're traveling out west, there may be hundreds of miles between your gas stops. Now, some parts of the country, you don't have that problem. You may see a gas station on every corner. But what happens if you're traveling and gas stations are spread out really, really far? You've ridden a couple hundred miles, you're ready to get off the bike and stretch your legs and fill up, and the gas station is closed. Or maybe the power's out and they don't have a backup generator. Or lightning has hit the building. Or a car has struck a pole. Or the fuel delivery guy didn't make his delivery and there's no fuel. Now what? So it's best to have a little bit more than just enough. It's kind of like a checking account. Everybody that watches my videos, I'm assuming you have checking accounts. Back in the day, you mostly wrote checks. Nowadays, we use more debit cards or credit cards for your checking account. But for the sake of argument, let's just say you have X amount of dollars in your account and you write a check for just enough that's in your account. Most of you would think about, man, if something comes through that I forgot about, it'll make my checks bounce. Now my checking account is thrown out of whack because I was right on the line. The point that I'm making is that you don't want to sit right on the line. You always want to have more and not need it. If you have just enough fuel in your motorcycle.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Thank you. But what happens if you use all of your fuel, you go to pull into a gas stop and the gas stop is closed and you can't get fuel? Now what? So that's something you need to think about. So when I made the comment about a bigger fuel tank, I was looking at it in terms of having additional fuel. You know, you got guys that do these earn butt rides, these long distance challenges, and you have to constantly make frequent stops to get fuel. The faster you go, the more fuel you consume. Well, if the touring motorcycle had a bigger tank, you can go even farther. That's not to say every rider should go farther, but it's best to have more fuel and not need it. And there's nothing wrong with questioning my comments or my thoughts. If you guys been keeping up with my channel, I recently posted a video about all Honda Goldwings, in my opinion, should have a belly pan. If you missed that video, you can click on the link in the top corner if you want to see that video. Well, I had a rider on yesterday to contact me and say, Chris, I don't believe that a $200 belly pan by Wing Stuff is worth it. So my first question that I asked him is, why do you say that? He went on to say that every time he turned left, that his belly pan scraped the ground. And my thoughts were, I've never heard of this. I never heard of anybody belly pan scraping the ground when they make a turn. So my first thought was, either you're leaning the bike past the lean angle, or your bike has been lowered, or your bike has been modified, because your belly pan shouldn't scrape the ground just because you made a left turn. And he went on to say that it doesn't scrape when the belly pan is off, but when the belly pan is on his bike, it actually scrapes. Is there anybody that's watching this video ever had that issue? I've never heard of this. If you had an issue with your belly pan scraping just because you make a turn, put it down in the comment section below. Please share your story with me. I've never heard of this. But he went on to say he don't think the belly pan is worth it. $200. In my personal opinion, I think that every Honda Goldwing owner should have a belly pan. I'd rather spend $200 replacing a belly pan than to spend $10,000 on getting my bike repaired, in my opinion. But it's comments like this that we can have healthy conversations. You can always give your feedback. You can always let me know how you feel about something I said. I'm gonna leave my telephone number in the description of the video. If you guys have any questions about anything I said, we can talk about it. It makes for a great conversation piece. My line is always open, 901-468-9032. If you guys would like to just question anything that I talked about. But as it relates to the fuel tank, I still stand by what I said. I personally feel like the Honda Goldwing should have a bigger fuel tank. It's a touring motorcycle, and riders would like to be able to go further. But yes, it's true that after 200 miles, you need to come off the bike anyway and stretch your legs. That's totally true. I agree with that. But I also stand behind a rider being able to travel further if necessary, in case of a gas station is closed, in case of the power is out, so the rider don't have to always refuel every day or at every couple hundred miles. I think most people can agree with me that they rather travel further on their motorcycle, which leads me to the question that I have for my viewers. Do you agree or disagree with my comments about a rider would like to go further on their motorcycle? Do you agree that the Honda Goldwing should have a bigger fuel tank? Or do you disagree? Like I said, some of you feel like that the current tank on the Honda Goldwing is perfect because you have to get fuel anyway. But how many of you out there actually feel like the Honda Goldwing should have a bigger fuel tank? If you agree or disagree with me, put that down in the comment section below. Also, if you agree that a belly pan is not worth $200, I want you to put that down in the comment section below. But I still stand behind that I believe all Honda Goldwings should have a belly pan, and it's worth $200. I'm gonna include a link in the video where you guys can pick up a belly pan for your Honda Goldwing. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. If you guys like this video, I want you to click the like button. And once again, shouts out to Skills and also his dad, 77 years old, he's still riding. Twist, Farley Anderson, shouts out to Twist, Farley Anderson, 77 years old, who still rides his Honda Goldwing. I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button. I want everybody to chime in on this video. What the heck? Let's go viral. Let's make this video go viral. This is your boy Chris. And I will, as always, I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.